Okay, I won't start off crying because you said it's been a heavy day, but I've often referred to you like, I wish I had your gift, but at the same time, having your gift can be very heavy because you see things you don't want to see. People ask you questions and you see things and you like, do you really want the answer to this? You've had when you used to work with the police and all that, you saw things that were so heavy. And thank God you're not a drinker because you would be drunk all the time. Right?
All the time.
And I think that's why detectives and policemen and firemen tend to turn to drinking a lot of the times because
is that a thing?
Yeah, we just they see too much. They just see too much. And as humans, it's hard to put that aside. You know what I mean? You take it home with you and you've got to go home and be a mom and a wife and a friend and everything else. And I've heard you tell stories where you've had to sit in the driveway for a minute and gather yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause it's not really fair to your children and your husband to bring that in every time. Right. Cause he would probably say, stop this, put it away. Like your mom did when you were little, like, I can't handle this. Put it away. Yeah. Right.
You think about it. What we talk about here in Griff's Gifts, in these sessions, they're not in everybody's language every single day. And if you're in it and then you carry it to somebody else, they just kind of look at you like you're from Mars or you need help, which might be the case, but.
Right. Oh yeah. To make everybody laugh, to catch up if you weren't here last week, I really opened up and shared what I had been going through in a relationship. And so I will catch you up to date today because I'm kind of a nosy person. Like, it's harmless, but like, when you hear someone arguing, you're like, hey, you got to tell me the rest of that argument, how that ended up. So I'm not going to leave everybody hanging. So Melissa, who I love, hopefully she's on here. I can't see everything yet, but I will, has become very good friends with me. How lucky did I get that the girl that my guy I thought was seeing, we ended up being really great friends and we're helping each other through this. And that rarely happens. It hasn't happened in my lifetime. So thank you to her dad, David and Griffen, because they have been hard at work with this. And I'm forever grateful because I've been trying to get out of this situation for about 11 years now. And and so time flies when you go to sleep, right? And just think it'll get better. Yeah. And Jamie knows. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Jamie knows the situation and everything. So Melissa recommended a book that I want to touch at, and just to give everybody an update, it's called This Is Me Letting You Go by Heidi Priebe. I hope I'm saying her name right. But there's a little intro to the book that I've listened over and over to last night and this morning. And basically it just talks about how life comes at you really fast. And as humans, we want to hold on to things and we have to keep playing the hand that we're dealt, even though we don't like the hand that we're dealt. And a lot of times we will, now I'm putting my own spin on this, how it's showing up for me right now. I think we want to romanticize what we have so that it will have mattered. So we try to make sense of, we try to make the pain prettier than it is. Mm. And pain isn't pretty, so that we can carry it forward with us. But we need to let it go, even if we're not ready as humans to let go. And this applies to everything, not just a relationship with a man. I always refer to Griffen. When he crossed over, he took nothing with him. He didn't get to say goodbye to his friends, nothing. So life is constantly changing, whether you want it to or not. And so you have to get out of self-loathing and self-glorification too, because it doesn't do any good to say, I was perfect in the relationship and he was this and that. I've got to grow from that too, because it's my responsibility that I chose to stay regardless of what the situation was. And the sooner you take responsibility, that's where your power is. And sadly, you want people to change for you and move on for you, but you can only move on by yourself. I'd love to give myself to Jamie and say, can you move on for me and give me back when I'm ready? Just like drop myself off at the gym and give me back when I'm in shape. You're born alone and you die alone. And a lot of this route is alone. A lot of the roads are meant to walk alone. Now, it's good to have company on the roads. And it's good to have Marshawn here telling you, I'm going through this because you might be on here and you've gone through this. Or Jamie might pick up something and she might share something with us that will be like, ding, 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 that'll help and we'll take it with us, right? But at the end of the day, not to sound cold, we're born alone and we die alone, and we came here to evolve. So you can fight it all you want. You can punch your pillow and stick your head down. And I don't know why I signed up for the things I did. And I'm kind of pissed about it, to be honest with you, because I don't think I read the fine print, and I'd like to speak with the manager, like I said. But so that's what I wanted to tell you was today is about not making pain pretty. Like we tend to do that with abuse too. Like if you grew up in abuse, you were molested, you were this, you were that. We make it pretty so we can keep carrying it. And it's like, I don't want to carry a bag of stuff and say, when I go in a restaurant, table for 3, Marshawn, my friend, and my shit. Like I'm ready to put it down. Do you know what I mean? I'm ready to put it down, whatever that means, and grow from it. And I'm not sad. I mean, sadly, change and moving on doesn't happen fast. It happens in steps, but it's continually happening. Sometimes you might feel bliss, and sometimes the doors are slamming in your face. It's a process, right?
It's a definite process.
Okay.
Well, it reminds me of 2 things when I'm listening to you. What Spirit's been saying a lot is to lean into the pain, lean into the discomfort, and ask, what do you need from it? Because it's offering something. Right. You're not going to keep something in your life, whether you're trying to paint it pretty or ignore it. You're not going to keep something into your life that's not valuable.
Right.
And in a session today, there was a daughter talking about her mother and how her mother always takes the son's side, her brother's side. And her brother is not, caring. He doesn't, help. He's not this, but the mother makes excuses. And the spirit guide said, the mother is expressing embarrassment. She's painting it pretty to balance things out. She's not approving or taking his side when she stands up for him. She's showing a shame or shameness or guilt. Those feelings that I taught you both the same, and here one got it, the other one expressed it differently. And now what do? Is I go, it's fine. He's fine. He's okay.
And that sometimes can, and not to cut you off, but sometimes one kid can be just fucking hard to deal with. So you do it that way, right? Every mother can relate with that. Nobody loves one kid more than the other. It's just sometimes one kid demands your attention, and you try to make it smooth any way you can. But I get what the little girl's saying, but the mom's probably just trying to maintain some kind of sanity in the house and peace. Yeah. But funny. I get her point. But some kids are just more demanding, It doesn't mean you love them more. I mean, the squeaky wheel gets oiled. Right? Okay, so anything else to add? And I just want to say I love everybody, and thank you for the comments. We're so touching that people sharing and being vulnerable. I have not responded to the deep comments yet because I want to be real with my response. So some of them I checked were very just kind comments. I just put a heart or whatever, but the ones that really deserve my attention and a response, I will respond to them this week. I was just trying to keep my head above water, but I want everyone to know that I saw them and they are beyond appreciated. And how cool is it when you make yourself that vulnerable? Like people were telling me stories that are private, and I appreciate that. Right?
So yeah, it's a beautiful space.
Beautiful space. Okay, so so let's get some questions and say hi to these beautiful peoples. Okay.
Awesome. Griffen says hi.
Oh yeah, who's there today?
Your mom, Peggy, Kenyatta.
Hi,
Chris is here.
Hi, Chris. I love you.
The 3 football players.
Hi, guys. Hi, Junior. I know Junior's there for sure.
I know, he's always there.
I've been talking to him all morning.
Bubba.
Hi, Bubba. Bubba Smith's there today?
Yes.
I love him. It's funny. Hi, Bubba.
And the J name.
Javon Belcher. Hi, Javon. Yep.
We have your mom's mom, your father-in-law and uncle.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Carl. Hi, Uncle Rod.
Side.
Hi, Grandpa Paul.
And
Stephanie?
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Not
Hi,
related to
Stephanie.
you.
Hi, Stephanie. Okay. Yep. My friend,
Okay.
NFL wife. Okay. Griffen, can you bring in David, Melissa's dad?
Mhm.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So, is that all that's there? Do we have sweet peas there today?
Yep.
Because this is funny. Someone just sent me last night that I didn't get to send it to you, Kent. That is it the Sea Intelligence Agency had to release, the Pentagon released that they've been in contact with
I just got this text
yes,
right before.
I have it. Someone texted that to me last night that
I
they
haven't seen it.
and that just relates with what Griffen was saying about this coronavirus and everything, that's going to come next. Like everything's being woven together. Finish my thought. UFOs, I'm sorry. They've been in communication or have seen UFOs. It was Navy pilots. Navy pilots. We're tracking them.
It was released a year ago, but the Pentagon verified it yesterday.
Yes, it was released a year ago, but the Pentagon verified it yesterday, and Jamie has the exact text that was sent to me. Yeah. Yes, exact text. Okay. But it just made me laugh because everything Griffen has said, I don't know why it always shocks me, is coming true. Okay. I'll say, hey, Jamie, Allison Bosworth. Hi, Jamie. Hi, guys. Can Griff, okay, Jashri Sirkant, I'm so sorry, sweetheart, if I'm saying your name wrong. Can Griff talk to Garima Kathari, who recently passed? We need to know if it was suicide or murder, and if she is okay. Any messages for her family? Jay Cherie, is it murder or suicide? Any messages?
Griffen is talking, but I don't see the other person in the room. And oh my God, what is your friend's name? Not
Garima?
the Stephanie one. No. Chris's mom?
Kenyatta.
Kenyatta's helping and putting her 2 cents on this because she said the situation was very similar because it was a suicide, but it was more like a forced suicide. It wasn't a murder. It was pressured. There was a lot more tension involved in the situation. So she is, if you're asking about who did the act, it would be considered suicide. But it's not at their own will.
Right.
I hope that makes sense.
Oh, that makes perfect sense to me.
Okay.
Have you ever lived with someone who had CTE? Eric almost put me through a shower. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. Just because you pulled the trigger doesn't mean someone didn't say, but you won't, pull it. You never know what the escalation is of a fight. Yeah, exactly. So you got your answer. I get the answer loud and clear. Maybe she pulled the trigger, but she wouldn't have done it if she was by herself. Okay. Carrie Birdsley, and that's my 2 cents. That's not Jamie's. Okay. Carrie Birdsley. Hey, gals and Griff. Question: did Marshawn and I meet in another past, present, or future life? I'm sure that we did, Carrie. I know that for a fact. Jamie doesn't even have to answer that because I'm too connected to you. What is your first question? She's saying I skipped her first question. I don't see a first question, love bug. Write it again, Carrie. But did we live a past, present, or future life together, Carrie?
If you're pretending time is linear, we'll call it past life.
Okay. Yeah. I knew that because I can talk to her so easily. Like it's not even funny. Like she's a sister. Yeah, totally. She's beautiful. Okay. Shelly Ham. Hello, beautiful ladies. Well, hello to you, beautiful. Andrea Maskins. Hey, beautiful ladies from Brussels. Wow. Hi, Brussels. I love that. That always impresses me. Sorry, I'm just a country girl at heart. Okay. Andrea Maskins from Brussels. Wow. Leslie Freedom. Hi, Earth Angels and Sweetheart Griffen. Sending big hugs and love to you guys. We'll take it. Kiara Prato. Hi. Hi, baby. Nathan Campbell. Hi, my girls. Does Griff have a message for me? Nathan Campbell. Griff, you have a message for Nathan?
He says, does Nathan have a particular question he can ask?
Exactly. Ask a question. I'll get to you. Okay. Carrie, what about your PTSD? Is your PTSD? Oh, I got it. Okay. PTSD. You want to talk about PTSD? I have it. Everybody, my family has it. Anything about PTSD, Carrie? It's a bitch. I'll tell you that. It's real. It's mean. It's unforgiving. It's unrelenting. It can interrupt a lot of night's sleep. It can make you go off on somebody when it's not even about that. Did I address that enough? I know it can. I mean, it can make you get mad at the guy at McDonald's for not giving you enough ketchup, and that has nothing to do with what you're upset about. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Helen Green. Hi, lovelies. Any message for me from Rory Gallagher? Love to you all. Rory Gallagher. Hi, Rory Gallagher. Yeah. I don't know. Any messages?
Well, the answer is yes.
Okay. Paulette Riddle. Good day to you. Thank you. Wendy Nelson. Hi, ladies. Jamie S. I think about Jamie and how she must feel all the time. Exactly. Oh, yeah. Carrie Birdsley saying, isn't that what cops have? PTSD? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why they do really inappropriate things that I can forgive. They send pictures probably of things they see to another cop, and joke about it because you have to survive. I don't think it's to be mean. Yeah. I mean, the shit they see is probably something that we couldn't even imagine. Right, Griff?
Yes.
Okay. Kathy Ostrander, I love you. Dylan Barr, I love you, your son. Hi, ladies. I'm ready to ask Dylan Barr, 1016, did he die? Was that his contract to die?
Griffen said yes.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, we've talked about that one before, him and Griffen.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
said yes.
Okay. Sorry, Kathy. I know that's a hard one to swallow. Marta Pyers, hi from London. Proud Mary, blessings. My aunt Gense, Gense. God, I thought Marshawn was a hard name. Sighted me in a dream. We had a nice dinner. How can I get her to come visit me again? Oh my God, you guys had a nice dinner? We always want more as humans, huh? That is so amazing that you remember it and you did it, because Griff said he sees me all the time and I can't remember.
Griff says
Right?
it makes it so much easier if you think about your loved one before you go to bed. And
Okay.
if possible, if you have a photograph, you can stare at them, make that the last thing you see and think of before you close your eyes.
Okay.
And then when you wake up in the morning, don't just jump up and put your feet on the ground. And if you can, don't wake up to an alarm. Wake up to like some music or some daylight. Because if you can gently wake yourself up, you can hang out in that almost awake state.
Right.
And that's when you start to recall all your dreams that you had, which will include your like otherworldly visits during the evening. And then you
Right.
can bring that back into your conscious state and enjoy them. And then you can have
Right.
dinner again.
Exactly. That's where they can reach you, not when you reach for your phone and tune out.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a big problem of mine. Okay. Hi, what MB? Hi, what can I do for my son Ben that will make him a well-accomplished man when he gets older? Thank you. You want to raise a Renaissance man? That's what my mom always wanted me to raise, Renaissance men. It means they know a little bit about everything. What can I do? Yeah.
Griffen says that when you communicate with your son, use only emotional words like, how do you feel? How did you connect to that? Make sure that you're requesting information out of him that will get him to acknowledge how he's feeling. He said it'll sound really awkward and difficult at the beginning when you make these adjustments, but then you're going to find that he's talking strictly from his heart. So you've helped him drop from his head to his heart, because school, all the authority figures around him, the law, everything is going to amp his logic up. If you take the responsibility to amp his heart up, then he'll come out a really balanced young man, and the chimes are going off.
I like it. What is it that Griffen said to me before? Think with your heart, not with your head, and that we're emotional beings having a physical experience. Is that right? Okay.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's awesome. Yeah. Gosh, please raise a man that treats women right. So go for that emotion. Yes, yes, yes. Love you, ladies and Griff. Any message from my mom, Janaki Sarma? Jayshree. Okay, from your mom, Janaki Sarma.
I know when you read it, all I hear is there's a bunch of love coming your way, and there's almost a begging tone for you to simplify your life. You have a lot on your plate that is giving you lots to do, which might allow you to feel successful, like you're achieving something, but it's just extra spices and extra seasoning that you don't really need to have right now. So if you can pare down as much as possible, you're going to gain more footing in the direction you really want to be showing up for yourself and for other family. But beyond that, it's just tons and tons of love.
Okay, love that. I love that message too, because I'd love to simplify my life too. I love that.
I wish we could hire somebody that just comes in, not just cleans things and organizes it, but like looks inside of your head and just like organizes it.
Right?
I
feel like go ahead.
Nope. You go ahead.
I feel like we spend the first half of our life accumulating, and then we want to empty.
I must be in that phase where I'm ready to empty things.
Yeah,
I'm getting rid of so much. Not here at the office. I love all my knickknacks and things here. But Griffen was saying, normally if you're going to ask, do spirit guides have a message for me, or does my mom or my dad have a message for me? He's like, really, that leaves it wide open, and often your spirit guide isn't ready with just one prioritized message that would just hit a home run for you. So if you do have something on your mind that you want to specifically ask about, it's easier in some of these quick call out questionnaires that we're doing, the Q&As, it's easier for you to ask the more direct question. The quality of your question equals the quality of your answer is one of my guides quotes.
Exactly. So Terry A., you're saying, love you guys. Thank you. Any messages from your awesome loved ones? So I'm going to skip that and type a more direct message, because I could tell you they love you. I mean, they love you. I mean, it's got to be a little bit more specific, unless you hear something else, Jamie.
No, nothing's coming up.
Okay. Hi, does Darian Parker still want to work with me? If not, can I do it myself? And this is from Race B.
Oh, whoever the first one was, the D guy, the D name. Griffen is showing me the image of just like a ball and chain. So it's like, he'll work with you, sure, but it's extra weight that you just kind of have to push and pull and motivate and drag to carry. So why do you need this guy's input, or why do you need that partnership? Reassess that one first and foremost.
Right.
If you can do it on your own, go for it, Griffen says. You'll make more progress and you'll go at your time frame, because this other person you're partnering with is kind of demanding it work their way, not to yours. Just can throw a wrench in the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Great business plan, great process. Go for it.
Right. Okay, so love that. Shelly Ham says no red eyes today. Yeah, hadn't cried that much. Okay. Jamie Bundinson. Hello, Marshawn. Sending you lots of hugs. Finally got a catch 2 alive. I love it, Jamie. Thank you. Carla White. Hello, ladies. Love and light to you all. Does my mother, Wanda Love, have a message for me? Her name is really Wanda Love. That is so cool. Carla White. I know she loves you.
That's fun. My daughter's Malou Love. They should hang out.
Is it really? I love that. Okay. So,
yeah, Wanda's been here before.
Okay, perfect. Oh, she's ringing the bell. Good.
She hits the chimes.
She loves you.
She said she's been giving you messages, maybe slow down and acknowledge, and not to double guess or second guess every time you feel a hit from her presence. Just go, hey, I know that you're here. Drop it and move on, because she says it gives her more space to give you another sign, or kind of to give you the message. She wants to talk one-on-one with you.
Okay. And I love it. Okay. Jamie S. I'm so happy about the friendship, Marshawn. I think about you every day. Thank you. How rare is it, you guys, that you think someone's your boyfriend and they're telling someone else that they're their boyfriend, and you and the girl become like inseparable friends to heal each other through this and talk night and day? I have the chills from it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That never happens, you guys, because usually jealousy and human stupid instincts kick in, right? but we both dropped down in our hearts and we've been helping each other. Like, I felt like I know I found a lifetime friend. That never happens, does it?
It happens. It's not common. Griffen goes, but it does happen.
Yeah, but I think Griffen and her dad David set this up is why. They knew we were ready.
That's it.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah. So Wendy Nielsen, comment didn't paste. I'm sorry. You can do this. Yeah. I have no choice but to do this unless I jump off a cliff, which has sounded pretty good some days, but then I think of Dylan. No, okay. So anyways, I'm kidding. You guys can laugh. Veronica Radcliffe. Hi, Griff, and you two beautiful ladies. Can I ask about my best friend, Melody McCaffrey? Has she crossed and how is she? Melody McCaffrey, have you crossed and how are you?
Fully transitioned.
Awesome.
My God, she's a fast talker. I would not be surprised if you're getting messages from her, but it just feels like this high vibe energy, this kind of goofy, silly kind of a feeling like you get after a good cup of coffee. But she is excited that she feels like a ball of light, that she's got all the energy in the world. She wants to share it. She wants to show it. She wants to show off. So she's really learning right now how to make contact, how to give signs, and how to do pranks. So for the next six weeks, just, just buckle up, get ready for her to jump in and give some signs. And at any time they're not clear, tell her to make them bigger, because I think that's a really awesome challenge for her. Griffen says, yeah, I think she'd like to hear it too. Like, do it again, make it bigger. She just really wants to be in touch.
Okay. That's fun, you guys. When Griffen first crossed over, I told you guys, hummingbirds almost flew in my face. A bird almost took his aunt out at the hospital. It was so funny. Big crow. Like, it was so funny. It could only be Griff. Like, it was so like, oh my God, Griff, you trying to kill us? Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Benita Herring. Hi, guys. Can you give me a message from my friend Kim's kids? She passed in May, and I would love to give them a specific message that would connect with them. Oscar, Imagine, Ellie, and Frija.
Oh, the kids' names. So it's Kim that's transitioned? Is that the question?
For my friends Kim. Yes. So a message for her kids, I guess. She passed in May.
There's so many other voices happening right now, so I'm like, what's going on? Griffen's kind of laughing. I hear another man who is not Kim say, don't worry about it. You don't need to be the messenger. Stay friends with the kids.
Aww.
They don't need this kind of interaction. Then you hear Kim's voice kind of on top of this, all these layers, that she is so happy to have a shout out, like her name has been called. She says hi to everybody. She does feel a little bit overwhelmed that she's not present to help her kids through, being adults. It's like the phase of being who they are going to be for a long period of time. Mm-hmm. And she thinks that her friend, whoever's typing this, is picking up on it and feeling responsible, that she needs to deliver some message to help. But she says that's not what it's about. She was wondering if you would help by speaking to the kids and just being inquisitive about anything and everything, because it's going to help them stay in communication with people that aren't family, where they can say things that they normally wouldn't say to family members.
Right.
And help them find their own way through those conversations. So that kind of twists it around on you. You don't really have a message to give, but it's more of a message for you and how to show up. Hopefully.
I agree. I love that message. Yeah, I love it. Okay. Cosmin Ephraim Hello, lovely ladies. Would love to know more of my spirit guides and how to get in touch with them. Maybe they can give me the shortcut version of the connection.
What's the name again?
His name or her name is Cosmin Ephraim.
It's just fun to hear you pronounce them because Griffen will mimic you and like pronounce it differently. It's just like sometimes it's too much on this side. Okay. Dumb it down. Okay, we have a few new voices. We have Griffen speaking. Who is this? Here's a petite woman. She has like a Irish accent.
Uh-huh.
And she's talking about the best way that communication occurs, which is when you are exhausted, when you're mentally just fried or burnt because you'll overthink things. So wait until you're at the end of that rope and then get into a chant, a mantra, something that's super repetitive, whether it's drumming. I know this all sounds very like Celtic as Griffen's behind the camera going, ooh, like, you know, but it's that very thing of the repetition that makes that last bit of your burnt brain from overthinking things kind of snap to where you're not trying to draw up definitions of what's happening and how you need to show up and what you need to hear and what you need to learn.
Right.
Kind of breaks that so that you can have an experience. And once you get into that experience, just knowing how to get there is the exercise. Keep going back to it. Keep going back to it because the experiences that you have, that's what will build your ability to communicate to the guides. Makes sense.
I love that. I love that. Kind of like get out of your own way.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Lydia Haynes. Hi, love y'all. Love you too. Wendy Nielsen. Wow, so glad waited for you. Okay, thank you. I don't know, understand. Okay, Kiara. Wow, Marshawn, I should check this book. Yes, the book looks amazing. This is me letting you go. It's definitely going to be on my nightstand. Ed, they like it too. Ed Graves. I'd like to ask if I have any messages for me and my daughter Selena. Hi. Okay, Jenny Jonathan. Hi. Thank you, Marshawn. Thank you, Griffen, Jamie, Kiara Prado. Marshawn, can you post the book on your Facebook? Absolutely. Kathy Ostrander. Okay, back to Dylan Barr. Griffen, you guys had talked about him getting hit, and that was his date. If it was Dylan Barr's exit date, please ask him if he is causing the static connection on my security camera front door. It only happens at night. Dylan, bring Cody L with you. I'm sure it is, sweetheart. I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah, the answer I heard was yes.
They're
and
like,
when you were like, bring Cody, whatever, the laughter
shy
was
one
through the roof.
Yeah, the shy one that we can't get to talk. He only says like hi to his mom. It's funny though, because at least she knows it's him. Like when I first talked to Griff, he missed his candy and was thirsty. So it made me laugh like, we have the right kid. Yeah. You know, a mom knows who they're talking to. So yeah. You even said, Jamie, you take your personality with you, right? Yeah.
You do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Stacy Spring, I finally caught you live. Well, good. Teresa Mack, Jamie, the other night I was twisted, turned, vibrated for 5 minutes. I was scared, but was totally powerless. Any thoughts, please? I could take this so wrong, but I'm not going
to. She was not with another human being. Griffen. So Griffen is ponying up here on the giggles. Is that you were
ponying up is not a good word for this, Jamie.
God dang it. Really? Did I just go like walk blindly into some bear trap?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
He says you weren't totally powerless. Okay. You, through breath and changing your focus, would have broken or weakened what was occurring. Okay. But since it was so overwhelming, you didn't have the muscle, the mental muscle to not observe what's happening and restructure where the energy is being placed. So basically, by you overly focusing on it and being shocked or surprised, like what's happening, I'm trying to stop it and I can't, and it makes your focus on it even bigger and bigger, is completing the circuit and feeding it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you can shift away or accept what energy is moving through you, they are calling it a healing. They are not calling it any kind of abuse or any kind of breach of personal space. That you will, over the next 2 days after it's happened, so that has probably already passed, you're going to feel better and better and better. They don't see this reoccurring. It's almost like electrical jump start in your body so that it can hold higher vibrational energy.
So it's almost like she's ascending.
Yeah, you could say ascending.
Okay. I need to ascend somewhere besides here. Okay, so anyway. Okay.
Get a pony.
Right? I need to vibrate. Sorry, guys.
We're just releasing steam. It has nothing to do with your message.
It's telling me move along. Okay. And Edna Forel. Hi, beautiful ladies. Well, hi. Call us beautiful. We'll talk to you. Hi, my dad, Dr. John Connolly, was killed in an act of random violence in 2007. Can Griff help give me tips on how to improve my psychic communication with my dad and also animals? Thanks. Edna Forel. So her dad was killed in 2007. John Connolly.
Griffen says that your connection with animals is a lot easier, and to stick with that first and foremost until you are getting your messages and your signs across, because your dad, John, can work his energy and his messages directly the same way the animals do, so that you're not going to have to relearn one for the other. If that makes sense. You're more comfortable with animals because you don't have that relationship with them and you don't have that great loss with them.
Right.
And what will get you connected more to your dad is, let's see if this makes sense. It's a tiny bit of anger that you have that he wasn't in control, you weren't in control, and his life was lost over it. So having more acceptance or understanding around perfection, being in the right place at the right time, even though the outcome was something that nobody would ever wish upon you and you would never wish for yourself, but that this was a very perfected moment in time. So that his transition date was what was needed to create another series of reactions that are going to benefit those around. Even if those series of reactions you judge or perceive as lesser than or lower than, negative, bad, unwanted, it's still contributing to that outcome. So adding a little bit more acceptance around how his transition was, communicating with animals more heartfelt, then that's going to translate to you communicating with your dad and vice versa.
Okay, I love it. Jessie, I love you as always, princess. I don't see Melissa on here, so if she has a question, Jessie, push it forward because I owe her any questions she wants to ask because she's totally saved me and you too, Jessie. I love you. Okay. Marta Perez, bravo, thank you. Wendy Nielsen wanted to know, Jamie, who is son communicating with? Also, grandma, I guess, Gma, has connected by phone, but connection ended before message. Okay, Wendy, Kent, does this make sense to you? Because I'm scared I'm reading it wrong. I'm even scared to answer it because I'm reading it and I don't think it's the way she means it.
When you say son, it's spelled S-O-N?
Yeah.
Yeah, so who's her son communicating to?
Okay.
I see family members that have deceased, and there's also a house entity that is completely beautiful and a great influence. We're not concerned about this relationship.
Okay.
You can ask questions to your son about it. Keep them real simple, yes and no.
Okay.
But everything is protected. You have a very good, clear heart. I love that your grandmother communicated to you through the telephone, but like you said, didn't really leave a message. But tell her that it's okay, that she can call back and just have some lighthearted conversation. The more you focus on things, like the more you're like, I want that message again. You better work on this. I didn't get what I wanted. Or like, when we start like harping or focusing on a certain outcome that we think is more valuable than the others, you start to close off your communication, and it makes it harder for bug on my wall. That makes it harder for spirits to perform to that. So if you could just relax on it a little bit and then just say, hey, come back to this whenever you can, it would be so much fun. Then you'll get your results out of it.
Okay. Griffen used to ring my phone like 4 times. We had a landline, and it was just to get my ass out of bed, but he did it every day for days. Huh? No. Was she asking a question? I don't see her.
She did.
But she did. Where is it?
It says, please ask Griff and my dad if there is a message of advice regarding how the falsities should be handled in the current situation we fight. And also, how does dad present himself in nature? How does her father present himself in nature?
Okay. So you guys.
Birds.
Yeah. Jamie. So birds, you heard the whole question, Jamie?
Mm-hmm.
That can't just, okay, good. So we've been given a lot of lies. You guys, a lot, like we could be on 2020. Like I'm one of those dumb bitches that con man. So, it's bad, you guys. It's so bad. I can't even look all the way. So what do we do with the falsities? Do I keep looking through stuff, or do we go forward? Let's put it this way. My credit card bill is way higher than it should be. Ha ha, like Kent says, ha. And I already found a few things, but I stopped looking because I felt like I was going to have a heart attack.
So David or Dave?
David, her dad.
The dad says it would be easier to get a financial forensics and just pay someone a block amount of time to come in and just double check and just zoom through things. Okay. Just a light round, not a deep dive, just a light round.
Just to make sure.
And give you an assessment of if a deep dive is necessary and what you could possibly do with the information, because I don't see the money coming back to you, but I do see you being able to file a suit. There's a certain name of expenses used without permission. There's some title thing there. So that mark could be placed, but to file and pursue anymore, you're not going to get anything in return. So the energy of moving forward is much better than going back and combing through. But do get somebody to look over it, because this way, when you turn and look back, you go, we had someone look at that. I feel good about my decision, and I'm going to keep going. Griffen agrees.
Okay. And David and Griffen, he was just getting into Melissa's life like a year, like not even a solid year, but it was getting there. So he was working his way in. Was he going to play her as hard as he played me? Was it going to happen?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. That's what I thought, but yeah.
David says that's the only way he knows how to show up in relationships.
Okay. So he picks a certain person, vulnerable.
Where he can be the emotional support for when it's needed. He can play kind, play nice, but also play busy. And if he's busy, he's successful, but he's not putting it to the success of a career. He's putting it into space of emotional support for somebody else so that he can then get in return, whether it is finances, support, money, accolades, attention, sex, whatever it is.
Yeah, he likes a lot of sex and a lot of ego stroking. Yep. We got played like a piano. I did. So anyways, Melissa, anything else? So your dad shows up with birds. Any more messages from Melissa, David? She's beautiful. You did a great job with her. Wow.
He said, thank you.
I mean, amazing. What a gift. Yeah. Thank you. Griffen and you, thank you for working overtime. And that's a great question, Melissa. How do we move forward? Yeah. And we're going to go back and forth with our emotions, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's natural because he had said before that it's going to be a little slower than we want, to Melissa, like one foot in front of the other. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Because David says you want to be mad at yourself for not seeing the signs. But he said in doing that, that makes you move at a snail's pace because you're constantly blocking your own path of moving forward by doing retrospect, which is not healing. He says if you begin to feel like you've been conned or whatever words you want to use, he says instead of blocking yourself, look back and say, what did I get out of that? Like I got some amazing intimacy. I got to be the care provider for somebody else. I felt needed. I felt seen. I felt like a goddess in that moment. I was the only thing that existed in this man's world for that moment in time. And the feeling of that is to the moon and back, like how he could woo and hold that space for you. And he says there's so many beautiful pockets, beautiful little moments all in there. That's what kept you fed. So there's no shame in any of that.
Okay.
And he says, and that's what you can look for in a future relationship.
Right. But you and Griff clearly don't want us in this relationship.
Correct. Out.
Okay. All right. I love you, David. And your daughter loves you. I love you, Griffen. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Wow. Coach Howe. I just skipped a bunch of people because I love Coach Howe. Sorry, guys. In my past lives, have I had to learn to deal with frustration like in this one? And who was I in one or two of my past lives? Who are my guides, and have they always been the same?
They haven't always been the same. And that is a very multi-layered question. Good job, Coach Howe. You haven't always had these difficult lives. The one you picked right now, it's a doozy, so congratulations, you know how to pick it. But other life struggles that you've had have mostly been with success of like putting food on the table. And the secondary theme that tends to show up a lot is protection of family. It's almost like a herd protection instinct. And so that theme tends to run a lot in your lifetimes. So you've kind of collided everything in the one you have now, and then just add it into what's happening globally during your lifetime. It's just revving it up and even more. You have spirit team around you. Who is Michael Walker? Michael Watkins? I hear that so loud in my head, I can't unshake it.
Okay.
He's talking about being a...
maybe it's his guide or something. I don't know.
He's talking about being an advocate for compassionate communication. Talking about a civil rights movement. Died in the civil rights movement.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, he's been around you to help you with the struggle, to where that you can communicate it in a way that's satisfying everybody involved.
Right. Coach Howe might get mad at me, but he has CTE. That can't be proven until after death, but I'm diagnosing you. Just call me Dr. Marshawn. And he has football. Ken's laughing, but I love Coach Howe and his wife. Love. So he has it. I'm sorry, he has it. And so he has to stay for his family, regardless of how he feels. But it's a fucking daily fight. Do you know how painful it is to have a headache every day and all that stuff? Ask Junior and them. They know. We've talked about it. So he deserves us all of our love and support, because he's fighting to stay for his family, because it's not easy.
No, it is not easy.
Right. So God bless him. And so you're talking about someone he probably lived a life with that's talking to you, right? That's trying to help him.
That's how he talks about it.
Somebody from Africa asking a question.
Oh, wow. Really? What are they saying?
Zaza Lubilwana from South Africa. It says, hi, lovely ladies. Would like to hear from my dad, Bonzi Lubawana. I miss him. Can he tell me if he hears when I am talking to him? Can he please give me any advice on my job?
The dad giving advice on the job.
Mm-hmm. His name is Bonzi Lubawana from South Africa. Her name's Zalga.
Wow, for some reason I keep hearing walk away. Walk away, they're not good to you. So from how your father's explaining it, you don't work alone, like you work with a group of people. And to me, it looks like within an office structure. Instead of like a retail shop, it feels more like behind the scenes and making something run or work. And he's saying not everybody is being truthful. So it's very hard to do your honest work and participate in that. And that's some of the conflict that you feel. But he praises you at the same time for being like this pillar of strength, of hope. And you're not being fed that from the people that you are working with, even though it has a good undertone. Good came with air quotes if you're not watching right now. That take a step back, put in less, observe how that tension changes, and then this will allow you to make up your mind if you can find yourself in a different position or change the way that you show up where you are currently so that you can have less pressure on you. Your dad's ultimate message is he wants to see you happy and he wants to see you safe. And when he talks about safe, it's strange. It's like safe, like physically safe, not like emotionally safe, like physically safe.
So it's making so much sense.
She said it's making so much sense. Yep, you're on. She said it's making so much sense. Okay, beautiful. Thank you from Africa. Okay, we have 3 minutes left. So Jason Atkins, I love you, and I'm not gonna skip you. I'm sorry, but I did just skip somebody else for you. Feel free to skip if others are in need. No, everyone's in need, and we're gonna get to you because I love you. Pure curiosity. I'd love to know about my sweet peas. Who they are, what kind of being, what are we working on together? Thank you for your time. Okay, you guys, sweet peas is my nickname for what we call extraterrestrial beings. I got the chills because you're going to really think I'm weird if you didn't before. So anyways.
If you didn't think so before, here it comes.
I've been an alien before. Okay, there you have it. You probably have too, so buzz off if you're going to judge me. So anyways, I even got in a fight with Sai, who's so beautiful, because he said that it's not dramatic enough for me to be an alien, because there's the one that I was talking about, the Palladians are so peaceful. They even listen to the leaves. And he goes, Marshawn, my sister loved it, but loved being that, and she more identified with that, but I didn't like it as much because it's not dramatic enough for me. You guys can laugh at me if you want, but I told Sai to fuck off. But anyways, so because they're relaxed, they're very zen and peaceful, and things don't bother them, the good ones, like they do us. Okay, so Jason, who are his sweet peas? What are they working on with him?
I see a tall white.
Okay.
I see a blue one. I don't know their names. Then I see a shorter gray, like maybe 4 foot.
Okay.
Tall.
Okay.
Lots of green light on the gray one. Like if you were just to observe energy, you would think little green guy.
They're fun, the green ones, right?
They are playful, yes.
Are they hot?
Are they hot?
No.
Kent wants to have sex with an alien.
I don't think that's too much to ask.
He said, I don't think that's too much to ask. I said, I think having sex with an alien is probably effing amazing.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it might be otherworldly.
He thinks it'll be otherworldly.
Imagine that.
Okay, go ahead.
Griffen says it's that way if you just get here.
I know. Griffey, to ignore Jason, because you can go back. Jamie can concentrate because we're making jokes. But Jason, I'm sorry we're effing up your question, because I'll ask it a million times for you. But Griffey, didn't you say that all of a sudden racism is going to end when they come here and we see one person with one eye? We're going to be like, oh, black and white's together. I'm with you, buddy. We're going to be so scared.
Earth people unite.
Yeah, exactly. Racism cured. Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it is absolutely. You're going to see how childish it is.
Exactly. So Jason, what are they working on with Jason? Because he's so sweet. We love him.
Two things. One is working on him to be a communicator and a bridge between Earthlings and multidimensional beings. That's way in your future, so just relax. The other one is opening up, kind of like how they were saying to the mom of Ben, the little boy, reacting only from emotional, not running a story up here, and then deciding and judging something before it even happens or occurs. It's going to be all from here, Jason, straight from the heart. It's going to be huge when it comes time to communicate and see things you've never seen before. You'll stay extremely centered.
Okay. Someone's asking if we can have a whole time of talking about sweet peas, and not to insult my sweet pea family that's there.
I love you so much.
We might one day, you guys, but it goes so deep. Like,
It's a lot.
there are aliens that aren't good, just like there are humans that aren't good. So it can be very complicated to talk about, and I could tell you some weird shit and it would freak you out. I'll just tell you, and Jamie, you be quiet. I've probably been taken 9 times in this lifetime, and I have a mark on my body and stuff like that. So I don't like to believe it. I don't have any memory of it. It's generational. It's in my family. The women in my family for reproduction, they watch me now, but I'm not on their list because I'm too old for reproduction. My sister was really into it, to the point where we used to fight about it because I didn't want to talk about it, because I think it was weird and it sounded too woo-woo to me. And so that's as much as I'm willing to share right now. Yeah. And you can ask me.
Can you share what kind of mark on your body you have?
I have like a mark on my leg, like just like it would just look like a mole to you, or a freckle or whatever. But I also think I have something in between inside me, like in between my hips. But my mom said she was taken and she used to think something was in her head. See, I'm getting really weird on you guys, and you're not going to listen to me anymore. But it was true. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but I believe it's true. I don't have any memory of it. I wouldn't talk to my sister about it because she loved to talk about it. And we used to fight about it because I think it sounds so weird, and I don't want to be known as crazy or weird. So it's too late now. Ken said it's too late now.
Oh, God forbid.
God forbid we're known as crazy. Horses. He said horses are out of that barn, Marshawn. No.
I'm happy that you don't have memory.
I don't have any memory of it. And it is, one day maybe Jamie and I will share with you, and Jamie can ask me questions or whatever. But it runs in my family, like all the women in my family, because look, I'm pretty. I make pretty babies. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know when they come, I'm going to sort it out with them. But yes, those are not the good ones that take you. But the good ones are the ones that are in the room right now. Those ones are good. Right, Griff?
Yes.
And when they took me, Griff can't help me. How about that? So
different dimensional plane.
Yeah, so it goes really, really deep. And if y'all want to write questions about it, I'll ask them. But I hate pushing Jamie like that, and it runs really deep, you guys. Yeah, right.
That might be a great one where people submit their questions,
and we just ask the questions. Yeah,
right. And it's just acknowledging a live stream, but taking the questions so that you can stay on task, because that does. It goes deep, and it pushes against a lot of people's conspiracy theories. It pushes against even shame, because people, and I I've worked with several of them, and I myself feel extreme shame in sharing their stories wrapped around this because we've been taught that it's unacceptable. So it'd be nice to have a little more structure to it.
Right. And I think that my sister was the only one that made me look into it. And Palladian is what I relate with. And they're beautiful. If you look at them, they're fucking beautiful. If you got to be one, I mean, they're
How many breasts do they have?
Fuck off. Kent wants to know how many breasts they have. He's a breast man.
It's keeping it real. Keeping it Earthman real. Sure, you're not from Florida? Sure, it's just Georgia? Florida man.
You guys.
First question to interdimensional being. Florida man asks, how many breasts do you have?
Only in Florida.
Only in Florida. No, you guys.
My family is from.
Yeah, I grew up in such a small town. I'm going to tell you that I didn't know anyone besides black and white. I didn't know a Jewish person. I didn't know a Mexican person. Now that's all incorporated now, it's there. But when I first came out to California when I was 17 years old, I met a Brazilian girl and thought she was the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen. I was like, if I take you from where I'm from, all the guys would just stare. I had never seen any of that. So I grew up in a bubble. So it was such an awakening. So to talk about aliens, we saw those on the Inquirer, and I thought it was a bunch of bullshit, and my sister was so fascinated by it. She used to ask Jamie all the time, and I was like, here we go again. And I found out shit I didn't really want to know, but I'm okay with it now because Sai's cool. They're cool. They leave me alone now. So that's good. And I don't have any memory of it. So that's good. Yeah. But I love you guys. I know nobody's going to listen to me anymore. I just lost everybody. Okay.
Nope.
Your demographic just shifted a little bit.
My demographic just shifted. Come out, weirdos, wherever you are.
Oh my God, pretty soon we're not going to be called weirdos anymore. We're going to be called, oh my God, the people who were shunned or shamed because we didn't know enough, and now we know.
Right.
And there's going to be a lot of apologies and a lot of sorrow around alienated people who are asking for help or who had those experiences that we just couldn't see.
Right. I want you guys to know they don't bother me. I haven't seen anybody. I don't have any memory of it. None. So that's it. Oh, my glasses are sideways. That's perfect for crazy. Okay. So I love you guys. Love you, Griff. Love you. Love everybody. If you guys have questions about it, I will take pre-questions about sweet peas. If you want to talk about it, if Jamie's willing, we'll talk about it. Okay.
Let's do it.
I love you.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Is that okay?